Guten Morgen! What is going on, everybody? This is the Computer Programming University, where learning is always fun. And I had a great idea for you guys today for a project that we can do. Not yet, but in the future. I thought this would be a cool idea. It's something that just came to me, and I thought I would share it with you guys right away. So pretty much, what is wrong with my... I love Spotify, but Spotify is kind of funky sometimes. It doesn't play. I'm trying to play a song, which is relevant to what I'm talking about now. It's a musical program. Wow, like there's no sound. But the timer is going down, but there's no sound. It always does this. I don't get it. So I thought we could do a automatic rhyme maker. I thought would be a cool project to do. I don't think it's that complicated to do. Well, so much for that. That's not working. All right, so here's how it would work. I would. So again, it's an automatic rhyme maker. So take some text, some words, some sentences, and make them rhyme. So just off the top of my head, I just thought of this just now, and I thought I would share it. So I thought it couldn't be that complicated. I mean, long term, use something like Python to... I mean, here's a basic structure, right? You want to take words in uniform positions, right? That's the way rhyming works. So you say like the last word of each sentence, right? Last word of each sentence. You want to pick them and you want to try to make them rhyme. So maybe it's more complicated than I thought. I was thinking the program would simply grab the last word of each sentence and send it to a website that gives you rhymes. There's websites that'll give you words that rhyme with. Right? Because I definitely wouldn't want to do the code to figure out what rhymes and what doesn't rhyme. Like that's more complicated. Like to be able to figure out what word rhymes with another word. I mean, I guess that's not necessarily that complicated. Yeah, it would be actually. I mean, unless you're gonna create your own database of words that rhyme, that's insane. There's so many words for you to start up your own database. That's crazy. You'd want something that's smart enough to figure out what rhymes. So you need to be able to be aware of sounds, right? So you put these letters together in this word, it makes that sort of sound. Yeah, it would need to be able to be aware of sounds. So, you know, these two letters in this word make this sound. These two letters in that word make a similar sound. Okay, that's a match. So what I'd want to do, I think, which is better than that, is there's lots of websites that already have words that rhyme. Maybe there's an API you could plug into, but I'd want to send those sites a request, send them the word that I want to find a rhyme for, and then have that site send back a response and say, hey, these are all the word choices for that rhyme. The only thing that the script needs to do is it needs to find words that are appropriate. See, this is what happens when you don't think things through. It's an idea I had, but now I'm thinking about it. And they don't just have to rhyme; they need to make sense. So maybe you need to start with synonyms first. So each word at the end of each sentence. And this will be a group project, so I want to hear your guys' ideas as well. But I'm thinking if you grab each word at the end of each sentence and then pull up a full list of synonyms, so words with the same meanings. But then how do you figure out which ones rhyme? So I have one word, get a bunch of words that are synonyms. Do I then have to go to the rhyme website and see if any of the synonyms just happen to rhyme? That's kind of, I don't know the probability of that being very high. What's the probability of me reliably being able to find word choices that synonyms for a word that actually one of them rhymes? So typically when I pick a word and I get the list of synonyms for that word, what's the odds that one of the synonyms actually rhymes? Based on that probability, that strategy would make sense or not. So maybe do some testing and see. That'd be more difficult than I thought. I mean, it's websites that generate rhymes, so we could actually look at the source code and see what the hell they're doing. I'm not sure. Those are my initial thoughts. You guys, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Do you think that's something we could do? An automatic rhyme maker. Another strategy is sometimes you need to simplify things, right? It's all about approach. Right now, I'm set on keeping things very open and free. You know, you're gonna just go in and type whatever the hell you want to type, and I'm gonna just magically figure out rhymes. I'm gonna develop a program that's smart enough to know rhymes and get the synonyms and all this kind of stuff. But if you're writing the program can be as advanced or as simple as you choose. It's your program, right? The bottom line is you want to make sure the program achieves the goal, the desired effect. I just want something that can create rhymes, right? In what context? That can vary. So how about we limit it in terms of just, you can't just type whatever you want. We somehow limit it in an environment that we can control. So maybe you create a database of rhymes, of rhyming, of words that rhyme, and give the user a random selection of those words. Okay, so I could develop a collaborative program. It's a collaborative program. It's not just you throw all your stuff at me and then I'm supposed to go and figure everything out. You've got to be creative as well. I'm just going to help you. So I'll give you, so when I say I mean the program. I'll give you a series of words that I have rhymes for. I have words that rhyme with. So I give you, I don't know, 20, 30 words that I have rhymes for. I have synonyms that rhyme. So that's the thing, I can pick stuff that works for me, right? It's your program. I pick a bunch of words that have a few synonyms that rhyme. And I throw in there, I don't know if I want to throw in other words to help you make your sentences. I mean, that's all I do. I'm going to give you the choices that I know I can rhyme. I can rhyme all these words, right? And then the user has to sit there and come up with something to fit the available words that rhyme, right? So you're going to see the word choices and you're going to try to make up a song that uses the available words. Then the program's going to look at your whatever it is you typed, and it already knows words that rhymes that have the same meaning or similar meaning. So it's just going to go in and swap out Hmm. But then the rhyme has to do with sequence. It's I think it's more tricky than I think because it's a sequence thing. It's the last sentence you have has a word that I know I can rhyme that word. But the next sentence you typed used some completely random word from the choices that you chose. I can't control the sequencing of things. Hmm. So maybe I would have to sequence the things myself. So you'd have to put a bunch of sentences. So it's a novelty program. So maybe you write a bunch of sentences because the sequence, the order of your sentences, we might be able to get away with shifting them around and it being still okay. So you have a bunch of sentences that the user created in a certain order. The program can switch the order so that the rhymes happen because again, rhymes have to do with sequence, right? The last sentence ended with a word that I'm going to rhyme in the next sentence. So if you have two sentences ending in words in that I gave you, but those particular words don't rhyme, I'm going to find the sentence that used a word that rhymes with the last sentence, and I'm going to put it in there. So for that to work, that means I would force you to use every single word of a series of words that I give you. Because I'm going to need to rearrange the sentences. But that could be dangerous because you start rearranging stuff, maybe it sounds really, it doesn't really make any sense. Sequence matters in language. But then if it's novelty, maybe it could be funny. It could be funny like, some of the stuff doesn't really make sense, but it's a novelty. It's a joke. It's like, oh, look at this, and you play with it. You actually read it out and you say the stuff, and some of the stuff it is ridiculous, but it all rhymes. That's a key thing, that it rhymes. It rhymes. It doesn't necessarily make sense, but it rhymes. It's funny. It's cool to see that the program did that for you. Just like a lot of those apps that you download and they're kind of silly. Anyway, those are my thoughts. You tell me what you guys think. That could be a project for us to work on. Could be too complicated, or we could simplify it and make it work. All right, guys.